Yeah, Bella Ramsay being cast as Ellie might go down as one of the worst casting decisions in recent history. And that's saying a lot, especially since Disney just released a $210 million Snow White movie where Snow White is as tan as sand and the seven dwarves aren't played by dwarves. Thanks a lot, Peter Dinklage.
So I reluctantly watched the Last of Us Season 2 trailer, and I honestly was appalled at how goofy and out of place Bella Ramsay looked. Ellie goes from 14 to 19 in the time skip between seasons, but Bella looks like she hasn't aged a damn day. The whole point of part 2 in the game is to show how Ellie has grown and how she becomes more ruthless after Joel's death at the hands of Abby. So having the same actress who played Ellie at 14 also play an aged up version of her.
That doesn't make sense.
And age aside, Bella Ramsay doesn't look anything like Ellie, not even in season 1. A big reason it took me so long to finish the first season was I couldn't get past the fact that Bella looked nothing like the Ellie I come to know and love from the games. And I know, to some people that sounds like Discord mod, 4chan chatter, comic book accurate warrior rhetoric, but it's the honest truth. Trying to make myself believe Bella was Ellie took me out of the show so many times. And even though I'm not a fan of the casting of Sarah and Joel, I was able to get behind it after a while. Sarah a bit more than Joel, but even still, they were good for the most part. Funny thing is, Sarah looks more like her in-game counterpart than Bella Ramsay does, and Sarah was fucking race swapped.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Now, let me be clear. I was team Jaime Lannister for Joel, but Pedro Pascal is a great actor, and I'd say he's an adequate Joel, pretty good even. The problem is, his performance is tied to Bella Ramsay's Ellie, and that makes the overall casting just feel subpar. Here's what I mean. Imagine Pedro Pascal's Joel was instead paired with an Ellie played by someone more like Kaylee Spaney, someone who looks the part and brings Ellie's energy to life. Suddenly the conversation shifts. Instead of debating whether Pedro was the right choice for Joel, people will be praising the Ellie casting and saying, hey, let's give Pedro a chance. Kind of similar to Heath Ledger with Joker. A lot of people were kind of knocking it when they first announced it, but now look, Heath Ledger has become, in my opinion, the greatest Joker of all time. But even now, when I see people expressing dissatisfaction with Bella Ramsay as Ellie, I almost always see comments saying, but Pedro is a great Joel, clock it. That tells me the issue isn't necessarily him, it's how this casting works together. A great Joel next to a miscast Ellie just makes this whole thing feel off. I cannot understand for the life of me how HBO missed the mark so badly. Bella doesn't even resemble the original Last of Us Ellie, who was based off Ellen Page. So if Bella doesn't resemble either of the face models, why was she cast? It can't just be because she was in Game of Thrones 6 or 7 years ago, can it? But to be fair, Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones as well. But if we don't assume it's HBO favoritism, what are we left to believe? That Bella Ramsay's rendition of Ellie was that much better than all the others? So much so that she beat out all other actresses who actually look like Ellie? Can you honestly tell me that Kaylee Spaney wouldn't have been a better choice for Ellie? Especially knowing HBO planned on using the same actress for part 2. Even logistically, it makes way more sense to cast Kaylee Spaney, who, by the way, auditioned for Ellie. And she wasn't the only one. Caitlin Denver, Maisie Williams, and Sophie Lillis were all in the running for the role. And here's the thing. All of them resemble Ellie far more than Bella does. HBO had options. Actresses who not only looked the part, but could naturally age into Ellie's more mature, ruthless persona in part 2. But instead, they doubled down on a casting choice that already felt off in season 1, and now feels even more out of place in season 2. Bella Ramsay is a believable 14-year-old girl, sure, but after the time skip it gets really fishy, and I just don't think that would have been an issue with Kaylee Spaney. She actually looks the part, and she could have naturally aged into the role instead of HBO trying to convince us that Bella, who still looks the damn same, is suddenly a hardened killer. It's one thing to say Bella is doing a good job, but it's another to deny that Kaylee Spaney would have been a better Ellie, one that actually represents the character from the games. Bella might be giving it her all, but at the end of the day, looking the part matters. And no matter how much HBO tries to sell it, she just doesn't. And thoughts of sequel seasons had to be in mind. If they weren't going to be multiple people playing Ellie, Bella Ramsay is a horrible choice overall, for the simple fact that Bella Ramsay doesn't look intimidating at all in season 2. She killed one giant when she was 9. That doesn't mean people are going to believe that this woman is going on a killing spree. My suspension of disbelief will only go so far. No amount of scars, makeup, or tattoos will make me believe that Bella fucking Ramsay is killing multiple groups of people all by herself. If you don't believe me, let's compare a scene from The Last of Us Part 2 with a scene from the trailer.
You know what he did? I'm not giving up, my friend.
Now, someone please tell me in the comments, which Ellie would you be more afraid of? This one or this one? This one or this one? This one or this one? I believe the answer should be very clear. Now, a counter argument that I've seen for criticizing Bella Ramsay as Ellie is that anyone who says she isn't a good fit must be like a child predator. Like, people are just mad that a child isn't attracted to them. This argument is flawed and idiotic. However attractive or unattractive you think Bella is has nothing to do with her as Ellie. Here's an example to prove my point. Imagine a new Superman trailer drops, and through the clouds, Superman is revealed, and it's Jack Quaid. Now, in my opinion, Jack Quaid is an okay handsome guy. He bagged the gorgeous Claudia Domet after all, but he is no Superman. And the reason fans wouldn't see him as Superman wouldn't be because of how attractive or unattractive they find him. It would be for the simple fact that Jack Quaid doesn't look a damn thing like Superman and never will, unless he somehow gets his hands on Compound V in a visit with Dr. Miami. I think because Bella Ramsay and Game Ellie look so drastically different, people automatically assume the complaint must be about attractiveness. But that's just not the case. Would attractiveness be a valid argument in casting a character like Catwoman or Poison Ivy? Sure. Those characters' beauty and sex appeal play a direct role in their story, so subjective beauty standards actually matter when casting them. But Ellie was never that kind of character. To me, she always presented as more of a tomboy. And no, she wasn't ugly, but her looks were never at the forefront of her character. I never played The Last of Us Part 2 and thought, wow, Ellie sure is a hottie. This isn't about attractiveness. This is about accuracy and believability. Even when put into the game, Bella Ramsay looks goofy and out of place. Just have a look for yourself. Now, if I had it my way, HBO would have recast Ellie in Part 2 with someone who actually fits her age and maturity. Bella has a baby face, and that's really hard to sell as a badass killing machine we see Ellie become in Part 2. In a video game, you can age up a character, make them look more mature, but in live action, you can't do that. So Ellie suddenly goes from 14 to 19, but still looks exactly the same. It just feels jarring, and I think a lot of people are going to struggle with the immersion because of it. It's like the Sonic situation. The first Sonic movie turned out great, but let's be real. If they had stuck with that cursed, mangled mutt of a design for Sonic, the movie wouldn't have been nearly as good as it could have been. It might have failed, actually. So it's the same thing here. A bad casting choice, especially for a main character, can hold a project back severely. At the end of the day, casting matters, especially in an adaptation where the character's growth and presence are crucial to the story. Bella Ramsay was already a weird fit in season 1, but in season 2, where Ellie's supposed to be older, hardened, and more intimidating, it just doesn't work. And look, this isn't about Bella being a bad actress. She's clearly very talented, but talent alone doesn't make a casting choice right. Ellie has a distinct look, a distinct presence, and Bella Ramsay just doesn't match it. HBO had a chance to course correct for season 2, to find someone who could actually embody the version of Ellie, but instead they're doubling down. And just like that original Sonic design, this is something that's going to take a lot of people out of the story. But look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somehow Bella Ramsay will prove me and a lot of others wrong. But from everything I've seen so far, I doubt it. Oh, and The Last of Us Part 2 of the game is utter trash. Yeah, this might honestly be one of the worst casted shows I've seen in a long time. In my last video about The Last of Us Season 2, I talked about how Bella Ramsay was a horrible miscast for Ellie, and over 240,000 of you tuned in and gave your thoughts. So I think that gives me a little credibility to now give my take on Caitlin Dever as Abby Anderson. In that video, I got a ton of comments saying Caitlin actually looks more like Ellie than Bella does, and I can't help but agree. Casting an actress whose fans have been begging to play the main character as her enemy is already weird. But even putting that aside, Caitlin doesn't really look anything like the older version of Abby we get in the game, and that's not even mentioning her build, or complete lack of one. Ellie and Abby have two very distinct looks in the game, and that's by design. It reflects their playstyles. Ellie is quick, quiet, and nimble. Abby, on the other hand, is... Goodness, oh my god! Barbaric! Come on. My god! Get wrecked! Get wrecked! Abby is an absolute tank in the game, and for good reason. She's been training for 5 years with one goal: to kill Joel Miller. So casting Caitlin, who's 5'2", petite, and physically unconvincing, feels like a total injustice to the character. One fan casting I've seen floating around on social media is Shannon Berry. Her physique is much closer to Abby's, and with a little bit of training, she could absolutely pull it off. At 5'7", she'd also tower over 5'1" Bella Ramsay, which would help emphasize Abby's physical dominance and power over Ellie. But of course, that's just the fan casting. What really matters is what we're actually seeing on screen. And based off what we've seen so far, purely on looks and physical presence, Caitlin Dever's version of Abby feels completely weak. No pun intended. I came across something recently where the casting director said they were less focused on whether the actors looked like the characters and more focused on whether they could capture the essence of the character. That's something I also saw a lot of people bring up in the comments of my Bella Ramsay video. And for Ellie, I can maybe understand that. But for Abby, that logic completely falls apart. Abby's entire body is a manifestation of her rage, her grief, and her obsession with vengeance. She's built like that for a reason. So casting someone with no visible muscle, who clearly hasn't gone through any physical transformation or combat training, just doesn't make sense. Especially when Abby's character in the game got dragged by fans for being too muscular. It feels like the showrunners are trying to avoid the same backlash by softening her look, but that completely misses the point of who Abby is. Now, I hate Abby, but not because her arms are bigger than mine. Abby should have been a beautiful, beefy queen. But she isn't. So that leads me to the question, what the hell was Abby doing for 5 years? Golfing? It honestly feels like the show is trying harder to cater to the actors than to stay faithful to the source material. And I'm sorry, but I am not listening to anyone who says Abby's physique is a minor, discardable part of her character. That's just plain foolish. Now, as much as some of us might not want to, let's leave Abby's muscles alone for a bit and talk about Caitlin Dever's overall portrayal of the character. From what I've seen, it's kinda bad. Now, I haven't really seen Caitlin Dever in anything outside of this, so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and assume she's a good actress, and that the writing is just terrible. You know, that classic bad writing equals bad performance kind of thing. But even with that in mind, TV Abby comes off completely different than game Abby. Aside from the fact that most of her dialogue is just exposition dumps, Caitlin Dever plays Abby more like a smug villain than a grieving daughter out for revenge. Never once in the game did I ever feel like Abby was trying to be tough. She just was. No long-winded speeches, no dramatic posturing. One thing about Game Abby is that she got straight to business, and most players believe she was tough and capable without her ever having to say it. The show's version of Abby, though, feels like she's constantly trying to prove she's tough, or like she wants to be seen as a leader, and that kind of insecurity totally takes me out of the experience. For example, there's a really questionable bit of dialogue in episode 2. Take a look.
You actually are pretty handsome. Congrats on that.
Yeah, that's ass. And honestly, it doesn't make any sense. Who in their right mind compliments the man who murdered their father? And another thing, why is Abby monologuing so damn much? You've been waiting years to get revenge, and you decide to talk the man's ear out before doing it? To be fair, it did give me my favorite Pedro Pascal Joel moment.
Oh, it's funny. I have waited
No,
so...
just shut the fuck up and do it already.
Caitlin Deaver's Abby has no real dominance in the show, outside of yelling at her friends and beating up on a handicapped Joel. And honestly, that's not Caitlin's fault. Same thing with Bella Ramsay. I saw a lot of comments blaming Bella personally, and I just want to say, I do not agree with that. It's rude to hate on an actor just because you don't like their portrayal. At the end of the day, this is HBO and Neil Druckmann's fault. When you're adapting a story that's already beloved and established, the smartest thing you could do is stay as close as possible to what made the story great. Sure, you can make some changes, but when you start straying too far and flying too close to the sun, you risk turning the adaptation into something totally unrecognizable. And if you don't believe me, just look at Marvel Studios or Game of Thrones. Marvel was printing money in its early phases, but when they started drifting too far from the comics and alienating their core fan base, that support started to crumble. In Game of Thrones, once they ran out of source material and decided to speedrun the ending, they completely destroyed the legacy of one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Same thing with The Last of Us TV show. The more they act like the game's source material doesn't matter, the more of the core fan base they lose. Sure, the casual viewer might still watch, but the loyalty, that'll never be the same. So don't blame Bella Ramsay or Caitlin Deaver for the show's mistakes. Blame the people making the decisions. I mean, I doubt it was Caitlin's idea to have Abby compliment Joel right before she caves a skull in. Now, I might have been able to defend her performance if the writing were even halfway decent, but it's not. Abby's reveal has no surprise, her monologue falls flat, and her stature is laughable when you compare her to Game Abby. Somehow, this show made Abby even more unlikable than she was in the game. And honestly, I didn't think that was possible. But that's what happens when you don't value the source material or the fans who made it a success in the first place. At the end of the day, I just don't like this version of Abby. And not in the I can't wait to go to Seattle and hunt her down kind of way. Not like the game where you hated her for what she did but somewhat understood her. No, this is more of a what the hell was HBO thinking kind of dislike. This Abby doesn't feel real. She doesn't feel threatening. She doesn't even feel connected to the world she's supposed to exist in. And it's frustrating because we know what good writing, good casting, and good storytelling can look like. We saw it in the first game. And yet, here we are, once again watching a watered down, out of character version of someone who was supposed to challenge us emotionally. Instead, I just feel kind of meh. And in typical The Last of Us fashion, the fan base is once again divided. Some people will defend these choices no matter what. Others are completely done with this show. So maybe this was Neil Druckmann and HBO's plan all along. Stir the pot, keep people talking, even if it means alienating a good chunk of the original fans. If that's the strategy, hey, more power to them. But me, I'll stick to the games, where The Last of Us still feels like The Last of Us. Oh, and there's like an 85% chance this show fails without Pedro Pascal. The Last of Us Season 2 is absolutely, positively ass. I just finished watching episodes 4 and 5, and to say I'm disappointed is a goddamn understatement. What the hell is with this dialogue? Ellie and Dina have a very Disney XD back and forth that feels completely out of character, especially for Ellie.
What? Lights. Oh, good. They have a big ass generator down there. Natural gas, baby.
Ellie is so damn giddy and chipper. I mean, I can imagine why. But her father figure was quite literally impaled in the neck with a golf club. Ellie is giving full JoJo Siwa vibes, and I honestly can't grasp why Bella is suddenly acting more like Part 1 Ellie than she did in Season 1. Not to sound like a broken record, but Ellie's entire reason for being in Seattle is to find Abby. The amount of jokes and flirting Ellie and Dina are doing makes no sense. That's why in the game, the girls had their little love scene before Joel got killed. Speaking of love scenes, let's talk about Dina being pregnant. In the game, this hits Ellie hard for 2 reasons. First, I think Ellie was a bit jealous. Like, damn, my girlfriend is pregnant and obviously I'm not the baby's parent. Second, and more importantly, Ellie is upset because Dina didn't tell her and she still came on the revenge mission. Ellie even calls Dina's ass a burden.
It was late a few weeks ago.
A few weeks?
We could have still turned back. I didn't know. I wasn't sure, okay? I didn't want to be a burden. Well, you're a burden now, aren't you?
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, that's a little rude, but... So, if you're a rational person, you'd assume the show would carry that same vibe. Ellie and Dina being at odds over the pregnancy.
So, we're having a baby. So, we're all having a baby. Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Why the hell are we deviating so far from the game? We're having a baby? I'm gonna be a dad. Do you see what I mean when I say Ellie is acting like JoJo Siwa? Ellie Williams, especially part 2 Ellie, would never say that shit. Why would she be excited that someone else had sex and got her girlfriend pregnant? Why are they making Ellie a cuck for the sake of humor? And it wasn't even funny, especially if you played the game. You're waiting for Ellie and Dina to argue because that's what should happen, but it never comes. The girls do though. They don't even sit with the information. As soon as Dina says she's pregnant, they immediately start making out. Even if they had argued for a bit and the tension led to something physical, that would have made more sense than what we got. It'd still be stupid, but at least it track emotionally. I'm trying to figure out why these changes are even being made. Is it an attempt to make Ellie more likable? Because if so, they are failing. Ellie in the game is flawed, deeply flawed, but that's why even after all the division over part 2, most of us still like and care about Ellie. A character doesn't have to be agreeable all the time for the audience to be invested. Ellie being mad at Dina for hiding the pregnancy and putting not only herself but her unborn child in danger is relatable. Would everyone agree how Ellie acted in the game? No. But the point of a flawed character isn't to appease the fans. It's to write someone who feels real, someone the audience can care about despite their flaws. Game Ellie is brutal, and I don't just mean the way she's slitting throats all game. There are plenty of moments in the dialogue where Ellie makes it clear she has no limits when it comes to revenge, and Dina usually offers a contrasting perspective. Dina was on board with killing Abby, sure, but when Ellie said she'd make Leah talk, even though Leah didn't technically kill Joel, Dina said it was wrong. Whether you agree with Dina or not is irrelevant. Dina serves as a kind of devil's advocate. She gives the audience a different perspective. It's usually subtle, but it's there. Ellie never needed to be talked into going after Abby. She didn't need validation, she wasn't looking for moral permission. But in episode 5 of the show, Dina gives Ellie this pep talk saying that if she saw her mother and sister murdered in front of her, she wouldn't care why it happened. She'd go after them. And yeah, Dina had a similar line in the game, but the context was totally different. In the game, she was pushing back against Tommy going too far. But now, Tommy's been a total pussy for the last 3 months, so the context has changed completely. Now Dina's telling Ellie what she's doing is valid, that she should keep going, and that if she wants Dina to leave, she just needs to tell her. But Ellie doesn't need motivation from Dina. She was going to kill Abby regardless. So why is Dina even still here on day 2? And why have Ellie be the one to make the decision to keep Dina there? It feels like the writers are tripling down on Ellie not being concerned about Dina's pregnancy. Why would you want your pregnant girlfriend on a mission that you yourself called reckless? It makes Ellie look clueless and incompetent. There are only a few dumb reasons why Dina came along. One of them, and probably the main one, is because the writers think the audience is so fucking stupid that they need someone for Ellie to talk to. If Dina isn't there, Ellie has no one to explain things to, and the show can't spoon feed us exposition about what's about to happen in the very next scene.
So what we've got, maybe a few strays, and a couple clickers. We can handle that. We've done it like a million times. Yeah. We'll be okay. But shooting has to be a last resort. Okay, because if the wolves hear gunfire, then we'll have a whole army up our ass.
The dialogue is basically breaking the fourth wall at this point. And side note, why are we having an I love you moment right now? The pacing and emotional consistency in the show are absolute ass.
That's one of the reasons I love you. But I do want to make it out of here. You love me? Oh, I know.
And it doesn't help that I'm starting to notice Bella Ramsey's acting flaws more and more. Another reason I think they kept Dina around was so she could be a witness when Jesse shows up and finds Ellie on the floor with the stalkers. Without Dina saying Ellie didn't get bit, Jesse wouldn't have believed Ellie.
I was watching. They didn't bite her. Jesse, I swear.
Speaking of Jesse, him showing up at the Wolf base instead of Hillcrest isn't that huge of a deal to me. What is a big deal though is the fact that he says he and Tommy came looking for Ellie and Dina.
You came alone?
No, me and Tommy. We split up when we got to the city. Cover more ground.
The pussification of Tommy is honestly just sad. And yeah, I'm sure in season 3 they'll try to make him the ghost of Seattle or whatever, but it doesn't hit the same when Tommy sat on his ass for 3 months and let his surrogate niece and her pregnant girlfriend go on a revenge trip before he even made a move. But I'm getting off track. Let's talk about spores. Neil Druckmann said he removed spores in season 1 because according to him, they worked as a game mechanic but weren't realistic in the context of a live action show. He also said if he had kept spores in, he wouldn't have been able to add his weird infected kissing scene with Tess in season 1. Okay, I added that last part, but still, the point remains, spores were supposedly not realistic and therefore not a part of the show's universe. Now, I never agree with that logic, but hey, I'm not working on the writing staff. Fans were pretty vocal about how that decision affected the show's atmosphere, and more importantly, how it would screw up Ellie's scene with Nora in part 2. But now, all of a sudden, those same toxic fans who said spores should be in the show, yeah, they were right, because now we have spores. And they try to explain it away with some very specific convenient reasoning, but if you think critically, you realize that this could happen anywhere. There are a lot of infected and enclosed spaces, so we have to ask, if spores exist in this hospital basement, why the hell wouldn't they exist everywhere else? Neil said spores wouldn't work because they spread, but now they're contained. So suddenly we can just seal spores off now. Come on, you can't have it both ways. And look, I wanted spores in the show from day 1, so this isn't me complaining that spores are here. I'm saying if you're going to finally introduce spores, do it consistently. Don't just throw them in once to make a scene work and pretend like the world building is still intact. Now that my little TED talk about spores is over, let's move on to Ellie and Nora. In my first video about Bella Ramsay as Ellie, I showed a clip from the trailer where she confronts Nora. I said it didn't even come close to the game, and people in the comments attacked me for it. You haven't seen the full scene. You can't judge based off a trailer. Okay, fair, I get it, I guess. But now that I have seen the full scene, I was right. Bella Ramsay as Ellie is utter fucking trash. This scene doesn't hold a candle to the game. I recorded a part of my reaction when I watched it for the first time.
I'm sorry you saw it happen.
Bro, how are we getting better at acting out of video game characters, bro? What the hell is this?
Something like that.
Is Ellie trying to miss on purpose? How the fuck do you miss that? Why does she keep making these dumbass faces, man? What the hell? Okay, we get it. It's spores. Why? What are we spending 5 minutes with this shit for?
The immune girl, you're real.
Bro, they're overdoing it.
Yeah, including the only fucking.
Hey, where is Nora's black veins? Where she doesn't look like she's sick at all? What the hell? What's going on here? Where's the rage? What is this face? Okay. I mean, for someone infected, her skin still looks flawless. I don't understand this. I know it's not the same. It's not the same. And Ella keeps making this dumbass face. What is this shit? To be fair, even Nora's actress in the game absolutely outacted the live action version. But Ellie is the main character. This scene was Bella's moment to shut up all the doubters. to prove she was Ellie, and she couldn't. This scene is supposed to be Ellie's turning point, the moment she crosses the line in her quest for revenge, and the game is framed with just Ellie's face full of fury as she beats Nora off screen. You hear Nora's cries, you feel it, it's raw, it's brutal. It's the exact moment we realize Ellie is going down her path of revenge no matter what. But in the show, it's weak ass leg hits with a pipe. That's it? No raw emotion, no impact, just Bella. And it reminded me exactly why the games are better, because this is nothing more than a slimy, uninspired cash grab from Neil Druckmann and HBO. How in 2025 are video games still giving us more emotion than actual real life actors? I mean, my God, this shit is ass.
He does.
Oh my God, bro, I cannot.
Whoa, what's this?
Some folks call this a guitar.
What are we? Oh, what are we doing? Why? Wait, why? Okay.
Anyway.
It's like, why are they changing the vibe of every single scene? Wait, all the tension of no. Pause. All the tension. I just played it. Y'all go check it out. First episode. I'm saying we gotta play this. It was tension. It was slight, like Ellie didn't really want him to be there. It's kind of like, you know, the preteen teen kind of, they don't want, like the girl, they don't want to mess around with their dad. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You my dad and I rock with you, but I really don't rock with you because I'm going through whatever I'm going through vibe. It wasn't Ellie face planting into fucking cake. No. It was supposed to be a little awkward in the beginning. And I know I sound like I'm probably bitching about everything, but it's just the fact that they have done this with every single scene. If you didn't like the fucking second game so much, like first of all, I'm just a little frustrated that everything has been changed. Outside of Bella Ramsay being a horrible Ellie, every scene is like we're being like petty and changing the dynamics and the emotion of the scene. Look at her, bro. Like, it's like,
I see the way you look at him. I got a keen eye for these sort of things.
I can't, bro. They're trolling. They gotta be trolling with this shit, bro. I just can't.
Does anyone talk to you about the birds and the bees?
Oh, you mean dicks and vaginas?
Jesus.
Alright, okay, I'm a hater. I just don't like this. I don't like this. I can say what I want. Y'all alright. I don't like this. But to be fair, I have good reason. But even if I didn't, I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. One thing I will say positive, because I'm not just a total dickhead. The set design is pretty good. I mean, I mean, that's one thing they got right. I mean, I guess you have the blueprint in the game. I mean, I don't know how you can fuck that up. So I gotta give him credit where credit's due. Why does she keep making these faces? Like, what is she doing? No, yo. Why? No, why? When the fuck did Ellie ever make a face like this? Say, okay, fuck saying, okay, Bella Ramsey's not a good Ellie. If she just looked at the video game, she's not even acting like Ellie. When did Ellie make this face? And I mean constantly. I know somebody's gonna find freeze frame where, oh yeah, Ellie technically made this face, beep boop bop beep beep. I don't listen, dork. I'm saying, when did Ellie ever make this face on a constant? These weird art. Her knees down. Maybe it's just her face. Maybe that's just her natural face. Why did? All right. Still no hate to Bella Ramsey though. I'm just hating her portrayal of Ellie. It ain't no hate to the actual actress.
You okay?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to see something right there? Did I miss something? Bro, I'm saying they gonna have to be a little bit more apparent than that. Them little small ass fireflies. And really, if you're just an average casual viewer, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is that? A tree stump? They're trying to be all subliminal. The frustration that I'm having is, if we could do this whole compilation of her birthdays, why not just insert them into the season? Why have this in the penultimate episode? Why didn't we just insert this throughout this season? Because now it just feels kind of, I don't know.
Joel, what the fuck?
Exactly, what the fuck? Get out of here.
No, wait. What the...
Experimenting with girls?
It wasn't sex. And it wasn't a fucking experiment.
You don't know what you're saying.
We'll discuss this
Here
later.
we're gonna go with the Joel's homophobic shit. I can't stand modern Hollywood TV bullshit. Oh my god.
You don't own it. They gave it to you. Sorry, to us. You don't own anything.
You don't own anything. It's like, bro, I can't. Sorry for my outburst. This is the worst adaptation I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I'm sure it only gets worse from here. Like 2 years, like, why didn't we just spread this shit through the damn show?
It's part of the rules. You stick with your partner, scan the countryside, be ready for anything.
Oh shit.
What?
Insert dumbass joke.
Squirrel fucking the big squirrel.
See? How did I know? This is so ass. It's so ass, it's predictable.
Go back to Jackson.
No.
Ellie, it's not safe. Go back.
I'm not your fucking kid, Joel. I'm your partner. We stick together.
It's like insert bitchy ass line. Okay, yeah, you damn sure is getting saved, your dumb ass. Like, come on, look what we got. Twilight establishing shots. Is this the Twilight Mountain? Hold on, this looks like Twilight.
Down from here.
Oh shit, Eugene.
Ellie.
Oh, that's the guy from Bad Boys.
We go back to the gate. They let Gail out, keeping her at a safe distance, of course, and I say goodbye.
We can't do that.
Yes, we can.
No, it makes no sense. For your dumb ass's turn, why are we bringing you there?
He has time. We tie him up and we bring him back. Joel, let him see his fucking wife.
His fucking wife.
Did the horses bring them down the trail?
And then it's like it doesn't. It's like this didn't happen. This is unnecessary. Okay, so I'm assuming he's going to blow his head off, and then this is going to be where Ellie says, "You swore." But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Joe doesn't kill him. Green screen looking a little funky. I'm not gonna lie.
It's beautiful. Oh.
Yeah, he about to put you down like a rabid
I
dog.
need you to not turn around.
I see her.
Well, he wanted to tell you that he loved you. And, he wished he could say goodbye to you in person, but he didn't want to put you in danger. And he wasn't scared. He was brave. And he ended it himself.
No, I know they're trying to frame Joel as a bad guy. Trying to frame him as a bad guy.
That's not what happened.
And then her dumbass! Whoa! Whoa!
He begged to see you. He had time. Joe promised to take him to you. He promised us both. And then Joel shot him in the head.
Bro, bro, you're a dumb fuck. A pure dumbass. You are such a dumbass.
You swore.
You swore, like, do you see like how fucking I don't want to use that word. Oh my fuck, you can't fucking make this up. All right, hold on, y'all. Okay, what I was saying was before Ellie proceeded with her dumb fuckery. was, I know they're trying to frame Joel as a bad guy, but sometimes lying like that is better overall for the person. Because if my significant other got bit, I would want to, okay, even if it's a lie, they're gone. They're at peace, whether you believe in the afterlife or whatever. They're gone. I have to now live with them being gone for the rest of my life. So I would rather maybe have just a little bit. Okay, he was brave. He wanted to tell you that he loved you. No, but now Bella, what's her name? Now Ellie, selfishly trying to get back at Joel, has damn near has traumatized his Kevin McAllister's mom. It doesn't make me think she's honorable. It makes me think she's acting like a bitch.
Sorry.
The church drinks.
Oh shit.
Ellie, hey, no.
You get the hell out of here.
What is wrong with you? I don't need your fucking help.
Ooh. Y'all, this show is fucking draining me. This show is fucking draining me.
Right.
It's like, I never thought that I would just be like, oh, The Last of Us Part 2, the game was not that ass. But this is making me appreciate the game. Was this the whole point of the fucking show? Wait, I'm actually confused too, because isn't this the real tension in the game is because he told her that what really happened. Okay. So I'm assuming they skipped that for whatever reason, because this can't be because he killed Eugene. Her acting like an asshole like this.
I had Seth under control.
Yeah, no.
Jessie got on her dumb ass when she said she could handle the situation that happened with her and Dina. They've been saying Ellie's a dumbass, which is not true in the game, but they've been saying Ellie's a dumbass, she's incompetent. They've been pretty subliminally telling us that. Even when Jessie barked at her, pretty much like, oh, your dumbass couldn't handle it without me. I'm now supposed to assume that Ellie could handle Seth? Or does that make me a misogynistic asshole bigot? The show has been telling us that Ellie is a quirky dumbass. She's unreliable. She can't do shit on her own. I'm now supposed to believe that she was gonna handle Seth without Joel's help. Wait, so out of all things, we skipped the scene where he tells her, or did I miss it? Was I talking? Was I yapping? I couldn't have been. Not that much.
So I'm gonna give you one last chance. Tell me what happened with the fireflies.
Wait, whoa.
If you lie to me again, we're done.
I'm getting whiplash. What the fuck? Why are we rearranging orders of shit? It doesn't even make sense.
We're the readers.
Ah! I think I'm going fucking insane. What are we doing? What? And then we got Joel tearing up like a fucking bitch. It's okay for men to cry, but Joel didn't shed no motherfucking tears in the game.
Making a cure would have killed you.
Then I was supposed to die. That was my purpose. My life would have fucking mattered, but you took that from me.
Oh, she can't act. No, she can't act. She cannot act. Bro, Bella Ramsay cannot act. Whoa.
That was my purpose. My life would have fucking mattered, but you took that from me.
Then that was my purpose. My life would have fucking mattered then you fucking took that from me. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
I thought it would be harder to do. But it wasn't.
You look how fucking cringy and dorky she fucking looks.
Yeah, well, maybe she got what she deserved.
Like, why is Dina the voice of fucking madness in this show?
Maybe she didn't.
Like, what the... Why are we adding extra fucking dialogue?
And he killed everyone in the hospital.
Really? Oh my god, Joel. You're fucking a monster. You're a monster. Okay. Who gives a fuck?
Happens for good luck. Not sure it's been working for you.
Add the laugh track. At this point, add the fucking laugh track.
Alone if you... I'm gonna be a father. which means I can't die. But because of you, we're stuck in a war zone. So how about we skip the apologies and just go find Tommy so I can get us and my kid the fuck out of Seattle?
I don't understand why everybody seems to think, like, why does everybody talk down to Ellie? Ellie was not this fucking dumbass in the game. Jesse never would dare talk, like, what the hell? Goodness.
Get his clothes off.
Nigga, what the fuck taking his clothes off for? Whoa. Ellie, are you a dumbass?
There's 6 of them, 2 of us.
Yeah.
What would have happened?
You fucking kid!
Ellie, these people are shooting each other, lynching each other, ripping each other's guts out. Even the kids.
We still have Manny.
Well, we have a lot of Mannies, don't we? And enough Owens and Mells. But only one Abby.
Wouldn't that make more sense if Abby was built like... Alright, let me not.
She's a good soldier, great even. But we have an entire fucking army out there and you're acting like she's the most
Abby,
important.
5'1", 89-pound Abby is a good soldier?
You in love with her or something?
Be fucking
I don't know.
for real.
You wouldn't be the first old man.
Okay.
Abby, the one who killed Joe, she's in the aquarium.
She's in the aquarium.
What are you
She's in the
talking
fucking
about?
aquarium.
Oh, Tommy's over there. That's where we're going.
And Jesus Christ, if 3 more people had voted with you, you'd be coming with me.
Alright, but I officially, Bella Ramsay cannot fucking act.
You let a kid die today, Jesse, which is why he wasn't in your community.
This is ass. Like, outside of Bella Ramsay's, like, not looking like Ellie, she is not doing that well with the acting. Why would you ever take a shot like that, especially with a pistol? Wait, didn't she just bitch about Jesse not wanting to save that boy, but she was gonna kill 2 random ass people for no reason? Cause I just assumed that was, okay, alright. Never mind, I'm not gonna try to critique this writing right now. Wait, so we're doing the Seraphite Forest right now? Again? Wait, no, we already did it, so what is this? I'm confused on what this is. Wait, what is this? So this is some new bullshit. Okay, alright. Okay. Don't tell me she's gonna get saved by Abby. I won't be able to stand for some shit like that. What is this? No, seriously. What is this? Got me stuttering and shit. What is this?
The village. Leave her!
Wait, if they weren't... Wait, what was the point then? What was the point of that? No, wait, what the fuck was the point of that? Why did we have a brief intermission of a lynching? Alright. This is... yeah, I don't... Okay. Oh, golly. And... Okay, so we take this... This kind of takes away from the scene.
Do you have a knife? I only have 30 seconds. Get the fuck over here, please. Knife.
What's going on? What is this?
You're gonna get it out.
What the fuck is this?
Be sure to tie the cord.
There we go. Seriously, what is this? What is this?
Okay.
Wait, I don't understand how what? What is it? Craig Mazin, Neil Druck? I don't know who the fuck did this one. What is their obsession with making shit weird and different? Cut it out. It doesn't even make sense because, like, why would you just assume that Ellie is just a good person and she wouldn't say "fuck off, bitch"? Because this is the last thing I played. Episode 6. It'll be out soon for the Last of Us playthrough. they were struggling with a knife, and Ellie consciously made a decision. Now she didn't know that she was pregnant, but Ellie consciously killed her. I feel like her getting a straight bullet kind of changes the whole dynamic of. Alright. Woo, child, this shit is ass.
Pray for sunshine.
And the thing is, I don't think Ellie had a map. So how does Abby end up finding them? Because there's no map for Abby to. It's fine. Let me stop being logical.
Stand up. Stand up.
How the fuck did Abby find them?
Shut the fuck up. Stop.
Stop. She's swimming in that bomber fucking jacket. She's swimming in it. Look how fucking skinny she is.
He did what he did to save me. I'm the one that you want.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
I let you live. I let you live. And you wasted it.
Okay. I can't lie. I don't think I'm gonna be tuning in for season 3, y'all. I do not think I'll be tuning in for season 3. Naughty dog. Naughty dog. Naughty dog. Naughty dog. Naughty dog. Naughty dog. That shit is fucking ass. No. That's Seattle Day 1. That shit is fucking ass. This whole season. First off, the part season 1 was okay. I wasn't a fan of Bella Ramsay, but it was okay. This season 2 is absolute ass. Y'all doing this season 3 bait at the end is not cool because everything leading up to it was fucking ass. It was ass. Now, if you could listen. I'm not. If you could tell me that you actually enjoyed this, I just don't agree with you. I don't understand how you can, like I said, taking the fact that I've already played the game. If you haven't played the game, okay, cool, fine, I guess. Even still, Bella Ramsay's acting job is ass. The pacing and the structure of the episodes are ass. Like, the only word I could use to describe this is ass. That's it. I'm not doing no more scripting. I'm not doing no more nothing. This is the last thing I'm doing as far as The Last of Us show. I'm gonna finish my gameplay, and I'm done with The Last of Us for all of 2025. I am Last of Us the fuck out. I can't take this shit no more. I still got these headphones on, sounding muffled as a bitch. This show, the structuring, the Joel crying every 10 fucking seconds, Bella Ramsay's face. And I'm not saying she's ugly, y'all. I know y'all, oh, she's ugly, this and that. Listen, my attraction has nothing to do with her not looking like fucking Ellie. But the faces she's making isn't making it any fucking better. It's like we adding extra shit that didn't need to be added. We padding for time, adding extra dialogue and extra narrative shit. What does she fucking mean, cut it out? Cut her baby out? First off, how many months pregnant are you? And why did you just assume that Ellie, who just shot your baby daddy in the throat, was gonna help you deliver a baby? What type of perverted, weird writing is that? No, honestly. Now, listen, the way this ended is exactly where I got in my gameplay. Episode 6 ended with that I forgot Jesse had died, and I was actually shook. We got to Abby. I don't remember her shooting at Ellie, but even still. So seeing it all the way that it was in the game, nothing lines up. Why did they have Ellie being choked up by the Seraphites. That did not happen, and it was useless in this. It was like an extra 5 minutes of fluff for what? What are they setting up? Mind you, I do not remember what happened in the game from this point in the show and in the game. Jesse got his head blown off. That's the last thing I seen in the game, and I don't remember anything that happens. I don't remember Abby's gameplay at all. So I don't remember what they're trying to set up, but I know for a fact Abby did not get strung up by no damn scars. I mean, Ellie, I'm sorry. Mouth getting all dry and shit. This show is disgustingly bad. Everybody can see, everybody saw. I actually, for y'all that was on my case when I first dropped the first Last of Us video before this season came out, oh, you gotta watch, you're gonna be proven wrong. No, the fuck I wasn't. You're insane if you think I'm proven wrong. This shit was ass. Bella can't act. My brain is going fucking berserk. Bella can't act and doesn't look like Ellie. Abby doesn't look anything like God. Caitlin Diva doesn't look anything like Abby. Dina, for whatever reason, is now acting more like Joel was her damn dad. I know he looks it, but Joel is not Dina's dad. She was acting more vengeful, more revenge fueled than Ellie ever was. Jesse is acting like a damn dickhead to Ellie for whatever fucking reason when he wasn't acting like that in the game. Ellie is a fucking dumbass. She's incompetent and slow in this iteration. This adaptation is an ass adaptation. Now I know that was corny as hell, but y'all get what I'm saying. If you like this, okay, cool, fine. I'm not gonna insult you and be like how y'all doing to me, calling me all types of names because I don't like this goddamn show. I'm gonna say, okay, cool, like what you like. But I'm gonna give my reason why I don't like this shit. I don't fucking like it. You don't gotta attack me for it like I've been doing for the last fucking 3 videos. That's all I'm saying. Cause listen, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I can get to attacking too. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta hold myself to a higher standard as a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? We're on the road to 10K. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let me stop. It's like I have so many thoughts, so that's why I'm kind of rambling. If y'all really want a scripted out video, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I could do it. I'm so The Last of Us the fuck out. It's so bad. It's like even like my hair look a hot. I need a haircut. It's a lot going on tonight. All right, y'all. I hope you liked my reaction to The Last of Us season 2 episode 6 and 7. I'm gonna try to have the full video, like the full episodes on Patreon. If y'all like that idea, let me know. I'm saying we could get a Patreon going. I could maybe, you know, pay for it. Maybe I'll do like a little free trial so y'all don't gotta pay right away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that big of a YouTuber to be telling y'all to pay for stuff yet. All right, y'all. I love y'all guys. I need a break. It's Tucker Tuck signing out. Peace. Shit was ass.